Research has shown that during the last 20 years, population of barn swallow and bank swallow have declined by 70%. And that immediately raises a red flag. Barn swallows are part of the guild of aerial insectivores. Aerial insectivores have suffered precipitous declines in recent years, and their plight has gained increasing attention. Barn swallows have recently been blue listed in BC as a species of special concern, and listed federally by COSWIC, that's the Committee on the Status of Endangered Wildlife in Canada, as threatened. My name is Derek Matthews. I'm the chair of the Vancouver Avian Research Centre, a master bird bander and the bander in charge here at our Colony Farm field station. We retrap the same birds year after year, and this habitat is particularly important for barn swallows, for aerial insectivores. So these birds use these areas to feed, they use the surrounding areas to nest. So again, the habitat here at Colony Farm is critical for our barn swallows. Colony Farm is located at the confluence of the Coquitlam and Fraser rivers. It's a 1,000-acre park, 404-hectare park. Areas like our parks, like Colony Park, where birds can rest and refuel, are critical to their long neotropical migrations. There are 8 species of North American swallows, and we've had 7 of those 8 species here in Colony Farm and banded 6 of those species. So this old field habitat is critical for aerial insectivores because of the abundance of insects. Barn swallows normally don't forage much further than about 1 kilometre away from their nest sites. So if you look at somewhere like the Lower Mainland and the increasing urban sprawl and the loss of habitat that can support insect populations, these birds are possibly having to fly even further to find available food sources, and that could very negatively impact productivity, breeding success. We have 30 nets here in the old field habitat, so it is a very large banding operation. We band about 6,500 birds per year. Banding starts April 1st and continues to October 31st. And this is our 3rd year of banding and monitoring the park, and we've banded 85 species of songbirds. Bird banding is useful in both research and management projects. The individual identification of birds makes possible studies that are not otherwise available to just birders or to censuses. I think one of the tremendous roles that we do play with our banding station here at Colony Farm is that it is right in the middle of an urban landscape, right in the heart of Vancouver. So it gives us a tremendous opportunity to have visitors to the station, and we have many, many visitors. The banding work that we do is very, very important from a research perspective, but it's also critically important to the public. A big part of what we do is educating, getting people to come to the banding station and really make some of these environmental issues real. When we're able to put a baby barn swallow this close and personal, it makes it so much more real than reading an article on declines of aerial insectivores. When we were all growing up, barn swallows were a very, very common bird. They're still a widespread species. They're the most widespread swallow in the world. And I think for all of us growing up, barn swallows were just basically a way of life. Loss of any biodiversity is critical. It's critical to the survival of us as a species to make sure that we continue to share the planet with all species. But aerial insectivores, of course, serve a purpose. They serve a purpose in controlling insects. You know, it's critical to our survival for those birds to remain as part of the natural habitat and the landscape.